Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. Yo, Kyle was trash. Okay, Kyle is trash. He literally told his wife that he'll give her some time to sit there and try to decide on on what they're gonna sit there and do, what their plan is. Not that long after, because I'm pretty sure even in soap opera time, it didn't take that long before he decided to turn in Phyllis. He decided to literally sit there and take chance up to Phyllis' room and be like, yo, there she is. And I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, bro, listen, I get it. You're upset with your wife because your wife literally decided to um throw Diane under the bus to sit there and say Phyllis. But listen, as much as I don't like Summer and I don't like her, she was in an impossible situation. Okay? She was in an impossible situation. She felt guilty every time that Diane was in jail. Not because she didn't really like Diane, but because of what was doing to Kyle. But she was like, listen, I just need to sit there and find a way to clear Phyllis, and then we could sit there and deal with your mom. So I understand that at the end of the day, she felt like she wasn't really putting her mom first. And so this was her chance, hey, listen, second chances, she's alive. Let me sit there and put her first. And that's what she did. Now, it's kind of a toss up of how wrong and how right her decisions is because yeah, I felt like it was kind of trash her lying to her husband every day, but again, kind of an impossible situation. So it is what it is. Anyway, they get up to that room, and of course Phyllis is gone. Meanwhile, you got Summer and Daniel outside talking, and Summer was like, "Yeah, we had to sit there and move mom because Kyle came up there with the police. He literally called 5-0 on us." So they're going back and forth or whatever, how to handle the situation. And Chance comes down, he comes down to the park. He was like, yo, I'm done playing games. All right. You wanted me to sit there and help you. I said I would help you within the law. And you pretty much screwed me over, okay? Like, I don't trust you at this point. So they're going back and forth. Daniel decides to leave because, Summer's like, listen, I got this. Um, it goes back and forth. It doesn't really lead anywhere because Summer Smith is trying to convince Chance to be like, hey, listen, we gotta sit to protect my mom, yada yada yada. You gotta give me assurances. I'm like, he doesn't have to do anything. And to be honest, he literally said he was like, yo, you do realize I can charge you, right? You do realize I can arrest you. But he decides not to because let's be honest, he's just gonna arrest her and then Victor or Nikki is just gonna sit there and just like that and get right back out. And plus, he had another call anyway. You got Nicholas, working on the express machine, and Nikki's not there worried. And Nick snaps at her, because, at this point, the knuckles and everything like that. And she wants to make sure that this dude doesn't cross the line. Years ago, he tried to sit there and handle things himself. And let's just sit there and say it didn't really work out too well. So she wants to make sure, listen, let the cops handle it, let Victor's team handle it. You need to sit there and stay out of this. So yesterday, Cameron called up someone. I think it was yesterday. He called up someone. He was like, yo, listen, I need a job for you to do. When you see his face, it looked like he literally got the hell beaten out of him. Okay. And of course, this is to sit there and set up Nick. Nick came there. You could sit there and say caveman style, whatever. Came to his room, threatened him, punched a wall. The whole time, he sniffed there goading, Cameron sniffed there goading him to hit him. But it didn't really matter at that point because, now he's planning on getting Nick arrested. So Chance comes in there. Chance is livid. He's like, yo, you don't listen too well, do you? Like, I told you to sit back and let us handle this. And what did you do? What did you go and do? You did the exact opposite. You went upstairs or whatever, and you started, beating on this guy. And of course, Nick is like, I didn't do it. They go back and forth. Apparently, there's literally so. What is the dude just doesn't have a new partner? They didn't bother to hire. I mean, I guess they couldn't get Kevin at that point, right? I mean, the dude does like what cybersecurity or something like that. Like he's a tech guy. So Cameron comes up. Cameron's like, so are you two just gonna sit there and have tea, or are you gonna sit there and the rest of my ceremony? Like, what's going on? So he puts him in cuffs, and he takes him down to the jail. Well, he takes him outside, and I'm pretty sure they don't actually have a jail because that requires a set. And the budget's kind of tight right here. Kind of tight right now. I mean, this is the reason why they only have like one guy. Um, Now Summer's plan to get Phyllis out of this whole mess, um, is by getting a witness, by paying a witness to corroborate Phyllis's story. Which I'm just like, I mean, that's not a bad idea. I mean, let's be honest, it's Phyllis' word versus a dead man's. So, um, in a lot of ways, I feel like this is the only way that this might work because any other way, I just don't see it being possible. And in all reality, I felt like they kind of wrote themselves into a corner with this whole Phyllis fakes her death. Because let's be honest, it's not like Diane or the actress that left years ago, right? She just left. That's literally faking your death. Um, but you knew that Michelle Stafford wasn't leaving. So within not even a week, she's sitting there showing her face. She's doing all this, that, and the third. And then the following week, her kids know she's alive. So right then and there, it's like it didn't even really work too well. That was the problem. So I feel like this, Summer's plan is the only plan that's actually going to sit there and work. Meanwhile, you got Abby and Devon Smith there talking about Tucker. Well, Abby Smith there talking about Tucker and his motivations and everything, and can we trust him? And in the beginning, she was kind of annoying, to be honest, Abby. But I understand her intentions, or her intentions to sit there and protect her mom, because let's be honest, the dude was a liar. He was unfaithful. He used her. And to be honest, my vote as far as them being back together was just like, nah. But, you know, they decide to all have dinner. Meanwhile, you got Ashley and Tucker. They're kind of nervous because, they want to sit there and tell them about their plan as far as being married. And I think Ashley already knows, she's like, yo, listen, let me have to sit there and be honest with her. And hoping that she can sit there and just, you know, be kind of impartial, kind of Switzerland or whatever. So anyway, they get all together, and Tucker or Ashley, one of those two, tells them that they're going to get engaged. Or, they're about to sit there and get married. And of course, Ashley talks about her plans to. Well, the minute that they were talking about being married and Jabot and everything, Abby, she got upset with Tucker and blaming Tucker for this whole thing, and Tucker this, that, and the third, and you got my mom into blah 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 blah. And Ashley had to sit there and explain to them, like, yo, listen, this is my idea. I'm the one that decided to do it. I'm going to war with Jack. I want to get that dude out of Jabot, and I want Diane gone. And after, I will sit there and give Abby a certain level of credit, and even Devon, because they did, when they realized it wasn't on Tucker that was manipulating her, they did apologize. Of course, he did sit there and look at, Ashley and be like, yo, listen, you kind of acting a little kind of irrational there, when he found out that Phyllis was alive and everything. They was like, I don't understand. Like they looked at it like, bro, you taking this whole vendetta against Diane, and Diane's gonna sit there and get her clutches into Jabot and gonna really mess up Jack's life and blah 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 blah. They're just like, bro, You're doing too much. You're doing too much. But eventually, Ashley and Tucker decide to leave early, give them some time to process the whole marriage and everything. And of course, Ashley's like, listen, I want your support when it comes towards, like if things go, get nitty gritty, I'm gonna need your support. And it kind of sucks because I'm pretty sure she does have a good relationship with Jack. And now you're pretty much asking her to sit there and choose you over her uncle? It's so weird how that works. Um, because she is a Newman. She is half a Newman, and she's also half an Abbott, which is really weird. I can't sit there and think of anyone on Days of Our Lives that's maybe I can think of too many people that's actually a Demera and a Kyriakis or something like that. But um, so you got that going on. Kyle is fuming, right? So he comes back to the house. And of course, Diane wants to get a promotion, which of course is going to make Ashley more irritated. She wants to get a promotion because, they know about her coup. And they feel that, if she's in a higher position, she could sit there and kind of help Jack out and, kind of be, I don't know, ready to go to war, business war, whatever it is that they do. Kyle comes in there and Kyle tells them everything that Summer knew the whole time that Phyllis was alive, kept quiet, watched you go to jail, and all that other stuff like that. So he is fuming. And Diane actually defends Summer. Because let's be honest, she says the same thing I said, that she was in a very impossible situation, and this is all on Phyllis. Putting Summer through all that pain and that hurt, and then sit there making her choose um, Phyllis over her husband. And she even sits there and says the same thing to Kyle. Listen, if it came down to me or Summer and you're in that situation, what would you do? So, as much as I'm not really a huge fan of Summer, I do understand the situation that she was put into, which sucks. It sucks. I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything that wound up happening. Um, in the previews, they sit there and talk about Sharon is, furious and she's upset because apparently Cameron took Faith. Now, I don't know if they actually showed that, like they actually showed her being abducted by Cameron. But the thing is, with YNR, they tend to talk about stuff rather than showing it because it's cheaper, it's easier, and blah 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 blah. Many other reasons, but if that does wind up happening, hopefully they do actually show it instead of just telling it. Because YNR can actually be a really decent show. And there's been episodes where it's actually been pretty good. They do have a lot of drawbacks, though. They do. And of course, one of them is the whole telling and not showing. Also, besides the fact that practically everyone in that town is rich, and it just makes it very unrelatable to a lot of for a lot of reasons. There's that. But the show can actually be good when they are firing on all cylinders. I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else that want to happen. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe. If I missed anything, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna be sitting here talking about all of them. Well, except for GH because they didn't show that. So we'll talk about B&B and YNR and Days of Our Lives. With that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.